Hey there, special educators. Welcome to Autism Academy 360, a podcast to making your job as special education teachers easier. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Abby, a behavior specialist. And together, we have over 25 years of special education experience.
And I'm a veteran autism teacher. We both are passionate about empowering you with practical teaching strategies and actionable tips and tricks that will help you thrive in your role.
Whether you're a seasoned educator looking for fresh insights, a newbie navigating your first classroom, or a parent of a neurodivergent child, this podcast is your go-to resource for all things autism.
So let's get started with today's episode. Hey there, special educators, and welcome back to another episode of Autism Academy 360. I'm Lisa Hollady, and today I am going to be sharing 10 ideas for a calm down corner in a self-contained setting. Whether you're a teacher, a paraprofessional, or really a parent working with children who experience emotional kind of dysregulation, a well-planned calm down corner can be a total game changer. So let's jump into idea number 1, comfortable seating. The last thing you want to do for a child to be fidgeting and uncomfortable while they're trying to calm down. So getting options like a big beanbag chair or a soft floor cushion or a really comfy, cozy carpet. So the seating should also allow for students to have flexibility. You know, some may want to sit down, some may want to lie down or curl up into a ball. Some students even want to hide, and so having a tent or anything like that to kind of get away and is okay. Number 2 is all about visuals and kind of feeling charts. I know you've seen these everywhere, Amazon, Teachers Pay Teachers, but it really is so important for students to kind of identify how they're feeling, especially if they struggle to kind of put their emotions into words. So any type of like, how do I feel chart with simple visuals gives them kind of a nonverbal way to communicate and reflect. And you can also use a mood thermometer where students can point to how intense their feelings are. This gives them a visual tool to track their emotions as they calm down. Please do not have just random visuals you can find. You don't want the space to be overwhelming for the student. You want them to be able to use these tools while they're in there. Moving on to idea number 3, let's talk about fidget tools. So these are kind of small items that students can manipulate with their hands, and they're really great for sensory input. So let's think about like stress balls or putty or fidget spinners. A lot of my kids like a squishy ball. So these fidgets provide that calming effect by engaging students' hands and kind of helping them focus on something other than their emotions. It's very kind of distracting for them, right? Just make sure the fidgets are quiet and don't become a distraction. So you're not going to put things in there like pop tubes, which are super loud and distracting, or anything like that. The 4th idea is to include calming visuals and sensory items. So this could be as simple as soft lighting or dim lamps or fairy lights. Maybe you have a lava lamp and they're just kind of watching that. You can have an aquarium video up or calming nature scenes that play on a tablet or something like that. So for a sensory element, I would consider adding soft fabrics or a weighted blanket or soft plush toys. Using Squishmallows are fantastic because those come pretty big and students have a way to kind of like squeeze them or lay on them to help calm them down. These can be especially comforting for students who crave that tactile sensory input. All right, number 5 is to have breathing tools and exercises available. We know that deep breathing helps kids calm down, but sometimes they just need help focusing on that task. You can teach them techniques like rainbow breathing or balloon breathing. You can look these ideas up on the internet. We also use things like pinwheels or bubbles to visually show students how to slow down their breath. So taking a big breath and moving those wheels on the pinwheel is a visual guide to help them with that. Now on to idea number 6, calming sounds. Some students respond really well to calming music or nature sounds. So you could have a small speaker or even a white noise machine in your calm down corner. So using those nature sounds like maybe ocean waves or rain or birds chirping can create a peaceful atmosphere. And this gives students control because letting them choose what they want to listen to on the tablet or a phone, or maybe you have an app going, gives them that autonomy as well. So the 7th one I want you to think about is including mindfulness or meditation tools. Now, a lot of this has to be pre-taught in advance, but using apps like Headspace or Calm have great guided meditation for kids, or you could provide just a simple kind of visual, mindful exercise for them to follow. So the idea is to help students become aware of their bodies and emotions and learn how to ground themselves in the present moment. And once they get used to that and practice that over and over, it kind of will become their go-to when they feel themselves getting dysregulated. So even something as simple as mindfulness jars, where glitter kind of swirls around and they watch it settle, can help them practice patience and focus. A lot of times we call them sensory jars or sensory bottles, but whatever you're calling them, kids love watching things like this. Another thing that I like to use for this is putting any kind of YouTube videos up that has ASMR. And if you don't know what ASMR is, it stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, which just basically describes a relaxing kind of sensation. This sensation is usually triggered by certain sounds, visuals, gentle movements, whispering, tapping, and things like that. So ASMR videos are specifically created to kind of evoke these calming sensations, right? They often feature soothing activities like soft-spoken voices, tapping on objects, brushing your hair, folding paper, or whatever. So you might be asking, okay, why do ASMR videos help kids with autism? Many students experience hypersensitivity or hyposensitivity. So they like certain sounds, textures, and visuals that kind of overwhelm or underwhelm them, right? So these videos can be helpful for many reasons. So number one, it gives them that sensory regulation. It provides that predictable, repetitive, and controlled sensory input for students with autism, especially because they are visual learners, and this gives them that visual stimuli to help balance their sensory experiences. So it also reduces anxiety and stress because if they are dysregulated, this gentle, comforting nature of ASMR can help them relax by providing a familiar and peaceful sensory environment. ASMR videos can also help children kind of focus on sensory experience at hand. So just kind of like tuning this in and tuning everything else out. Honestly, if you just Google ASMR videos on YouTube, it will give you a ton of different examples and how this can be soothing for adults and students. All right, so let's get into number 8, and it's one I use all the time. Timer tools. Sometimes kids just need to know how long they're going to be in the countdown corner for and when they can get back to their routine. So visual timers like sand timers or countdown clocks are really great for this. Letting them see how much time they have left gives them a sense of control and really helps them prepare mentally to rejoin the class, right? Number 9 is all about incorporating reflective journaling or drawing tools. Not every student will be able to verbalize their feelings right away, but some may benefit from expressing them through writing or drawing. So provide notebooks or coloring pages or even emotion-themed worksheets where students can reflect on their feelings. For students who don't like writing, drawing with crayons or markers can also be a great alternative way to kind of express their emotions. And finally, number 10, create a calm down toolkit. This is going to be a personalized box or basket filled with a student's favorite calming items. And you could even put things like stress balls or sensory toys or soft items or even calming scent options like lavender lotion. I had a student last year who had a very strong olfactory, and all he wanted for input was through his nose. And so using that lotion was key. And I had to personalize this kit for this student because it gave him ownership and comfort knowing that when he went to that calm down corner, he could sit down with his personalized toolkit and feel safe and a sense of ownership over that. That kind of just adds another extra layer of security and helps them feel in control of their calming process. So there you have it, guys, 10 ideas for a calm down corner that's going to help your students manage their emotions and really get back to learning in a positive and supportive environment. Whether you choose to implement one or all of these ideas, remember that the goal here is to create a safe and calming space for your students to kind of reset and recharge. Thanks so much for joining me today on today's episode. If you enjoyed these tips, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Until next time, guys, bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Autism Academy 360. We hope that you've gained some tips and motivation to fuel your week ahead.
Before you go, don't forget to hit that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. If you want to show support, head to Apple Podcasts and leave your rating and review.
Until next time, stay inspired, stay informed, and most importantly, stay connected. We'll catch you in the next episode.